are these people?
But here's the one that I wanted to bring, and I got one other one after this, I think, maybe two. Our friend the Dissident, all right, reports that an Israeli paper recently revealed that Netanyahu called for war crimes to be committed. Now, he's already been indicted by the ICJ for war crimes, which we know he will never actually be held to account. Unfortunately, he should be. He should sit and rot the rest of his life in The Hague. I didn't want to look at his bald head, let alone the rest of it.
That'd be way too good for him.
All right. But the Dissident writes that the Zionists have long defended Israel's war crimes against civilians in Gaza based on the absurd claims that they were all due to Hamas using civilians as human shields, let alone the videos that we've literally seen of Israelis using Palestinians strapped to the hood of a vehicle as a human shield.
Thank you. In Lukash, there's a whole article. Go read it.
Over at Mint Press. A look at the data shows that this is complete nonsense, and the data shows that 9 out of every 10 people killed in Gaza are civilians, and that 70% of the people killed in Israel in Gaza are women and children. This, coupled with the endless genocidal statements made by Israeli officials, show that they are indeed deliberately targeting civilians. However, there has been a recent bombshell proving that Netanyahu indeed called to target civilians in Gaza. Buried in a lengthy piece written in Hebrew in the Israeli paper Ynet, we referenced Ynet in their Gaza 2035 plan, it was revealed that Netanyahu explicitly said he does not care about goals in Gaza and called to take down houses and bomb with everything there is. Here we go. It was reported that by the paper, quote, when Halevi, who was the General Chief of Staff of the IDF, presented the cabinet with the IDF's actions for the first 48 hours of the war, he noted that the Air Force had attacked 1,500 targets in Gaza. This is a huge number, which requires exceptional intelligence and operational capabilities. Netanyahu erupted in anger, shouting and banging on the table, "Why not 5,000? He slammed the chief of staff. "I don't care about goals. Take down houses, bomb with everything there is." Motherfucker. Monster.
Benjamin Netanyahu?
All right. This proves that Netanyahu explicitly did not have a military goal when launching the genocide in Gaza and actively called to bomb houses and indiscriminately bomb with everything there is in Gaza. This stunning proof of intent to commit war crimes and genocide will certainly bolster the ICC's war crimes court against Netanyahu and the ICJ's genocide case brought by South Africa. As if either one of them matters. They're never going to be held to account for those. There's been ample evidence of the Israeli security forces deliberately targeting civilians, on top of them admitting it. Feroz Sidwa, a volunteer doctor who has worked with a surgeon in Ukraine, Haiti, Burkina Faso, worked as a surgeon in Ukraine, Haiti, Burkina Faso, and Ghana, testified that while he was in Gaza, quote, "Nearly every day I was there, I saw a new young child who had been shot in the head or the chest, virtually all of whom went on to die." And that wasn't by Hamas, that was by the IDF. He noted that after he had asked other healthcare workers, he had found that, quote, dozens were seeing the same thing, including Dr. Mark Perlmutter, who is currently unaccounted for the last 5 days, and Instagram has now shut down his account for reporting from Gaza. Since then, there have been 44 international healthcare workers in Gaza who've testified that they witnessed, quote, cases of preteens shot either in the head or in the chest. The recent UN report on Israel's use of sexual violence in Gaza found numerous examples of civilians being explicitly targeted. I think I might have mentioned that last week, or it was really too graphic to bring to the show.
Yeah.
The report noted that only 2 of the 12 potentially functioning hospitals previously offering sexual and reproductive health care were actually able to even provide such services because of direct attacks against the main maternity wards in Gaza from the IDF, where there was no credible information indicating that the buildings were used for military purposes. But again, they don't care. Their whole plan is first to destroy the healthcare system. Then they destroy the streets and roads so that you can't get sick people to the healthcare system that exists. Then society starts breaking down. The report also documented a deliberate attack in mid-November 2023 on a women's rights center working with survivors of gender-based violence, where IDF soldiers wrote, quote, "You sons of bitches, we came here to fuck you, you and your mothers, you bitches." End quote. "The dirty pussies of your prostitutes, you ugly Arab, you ugly, you sons of bitches. We will burn you alive, you dogs," unquote. In graffiti again, with no, quote, military justification for the ISF firing tank shells at this center.
Your continued existence is a mockery of morality.
Now, there is proof that Netanyahu went on record calling to indiscriminately kill civilians in Gaza without any care for a military goal, showing that the order to commit these crimes came right from the top. And I debate whether Netanyahu is actually even really the top, but that's okay. In order to take down houses and bomb everything there is without caring about goals is about as explicit of a call for war crimes and genocide as a statement we can get. Yes. And I think that Keir Starmer and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Donald Trump should also be equally implicated here, by the way. Because they're the ones that are arming, funding, and providing the spy flights overhead. Starmer is providing spy flights. Go check out Declassified UK to learn more about that. Since restarting the genocide in Gaza, Netanyahu has been killing more civilians than ever. The Israeli newspaper Haaretz called his recent assault on Gaza the largest child massacre in Israel's history, with 200 children and 100 women killed in one day and 400 civilians killed altogether.
Haaretz.
That's Haaretz, a conservative number given the fact that the number of dead is still not yet final. Now, Ynet has documented that Netanyahu is explicitly calling for these indiscriminate massacres in Gaza and has no actual military goal outside of the mass murder of civilians. His military goal is to steal the land and resources underneath it so that he can then build the Riviera and take the gas and the oil underneath it and build eventually the Ben Gurion Canal. That's the goal.
10-year-old kids sing.
That's the plan.
Fucking monsters.
And as Gladwin D'Souza points out, that it is happening with the murderous support and supply chain of the USA. Agreed, Gladwin. Okay.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
This concludes, finally, our Fuck Israel portion of the program. And we're definitely not getting remonetized for stuff like that. So if you are able to, out of means, please, I hate begging and I hate doing this.
Money, please.
That one. We could use some help. Cash App, Ko-fi, PayPal, even Substack if you must. But please try to do one of the other three if you can. The reason being that they don't take very many fees. We end up with the most possible money. If you super chat on my channel, you are able to. YouTube takes 30%. If you Rumble rant, they take 50%. Now, you could Rumble subscribe to the channel, the little red button that says subscribe with the little red gift. They give us all of that. So that's cool. You can do that. But again, Cash App, ko-fi.com/Indie News Network, paypal.me/Indie News Network. And that worked. Use it this week. And thank you so much to Sean, and thank you so much to Kameshwari Kate, and thank you so much to Charlie Mack Friday night, and to Colin Care Bear and everybody else that contributes. It's incredible. Thank you. It really helps, and it really helps, keeps us going. If you're able to, Cash App, $Indie News Network, ko-fi.com/Indie News Network, paypal.me/Indie News Network. That's with an IE.
Russian link.
Support independent media. We need it more than ever. I love you all, and I'll see you next week. Thank you,
All
everyone.
people are afraid. No one knows what they're doing. Everything is getting worse. Some people deserve to die. Your money is worthless. No one is properly dressed. At least one of your children will disappoint you. The system is rigged. Your house will never be completely clean. All teachers are incompetent. There are people who really dislike you. Nothing is as good as it seems. Things don't last. No one is paying attention. The country is dying. God doesn't care. Shh.
Good night, everyone.
Ciao, baby.
No! We just fucking lost the stream!
You can't keep giving us nothing and think we're bluffing about coming for your heads. Why play civil if you won't listen to 50,000 dead? And now we know our mission, we form a militia, make Congress a prison. No, I play civil when all these dead won't make you listen. What's more American than slaying your oppressors? What's more American than liberty or death first? God, I thought we were founded on abolishing the tyranny of those who would starve a village all to live empirically. And I regret that I have only one life to give for my cause now that I can see the cause so clearly. See, I want our leaders, regardless of party, to fear me.